Audio check, check. Microphone check. Microphone check, check, check.
Good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm Caroline Klein with Smith's Entertainment Group, and I have the immense honor of welcoming you to the first of many events taking place today in celebration of this key milestone in Utah history, the launch of Utah Hockey Club's inaugural NHL season. Standing here today, I find myself almost laughing that it has been less than 6 months, 172 days for anyone else who is counting, when news broke that the NHL would be coming to Utah in record time. The amount of work and coordination that has happened since that announcement on April 18th has been nothing short of remarkable. We relocated the team and their families to Utah. We established our inaugural season branding. We executed phase 1 of construction at Delta Center. We renovated Utah's Olympic Oval to create a practice facility for this season. We broke ground at the shops of Southtown and Sandy to create the franchise's long-term training and practice facility, which will open next year. We launched a streaming service to bring live Utah Hockey Club games to the state of Utah and 6 other states. We sold out our season ticket inventory for year 1. We achieved countless other milestones on and off the ice. So yeah, it's been a little busy. And now we are finally here today, ready to welcome the NHL, hockey fans from around the world, and our community to Delta Center with less than 8 hours until our team takes on the Chicago Blackhawks. This has been and will continue to be an absolutely incredible journey, and we would not be here today without the support of all of our employees, fans, and everyone else who has come together to make this possible. With that, before we get into official remarks, I'd like to recognize our special guests who are in attendance today. We are honored to have members of the Salt Lake City Council, including Council Chair Victoria Petro, and members Ale Pui and Eva Lova-Chavez, as well as members from the Salt Lake County Council, including Council Chair Lori Stringham and Council Member Dee Theodore. We are also joined by several leaders from the City of Sandy, including Mayor Monica Zoltansky and Sandy City Council members Brooke D'Souza, Allison Stroud, Marcy Hausman, and Cindy Sharkey. Welcome to members of the Utah State Legislature, Senator Dan McKay, Senator Kirk Cullimore, and Representative John Hawkins. We are thrilled to have Utah Hockey Club General Manager Bill Armstrong, Head Coach Andre Chiarini, or lovingly now known as Bear, and President of Hockey Operations Chris Armstrong, as well as executives from Smith Entertainment Group and the Utah Jazz, including Mike Mon, Chris Barney, Jim Olson, John Larson, Sam Harkness, Jazz General Manager Justin Zanuck, and Head Coach Will Hardy. Your presence here today and partnership over the past several months speaks to the overwhelming excitement and unwavering support our team has had since day one, so thank you. And now I will introduce our main speakers and hosts of this day-long celebration as I invite them to the stage. First, we have Ryan and Ashley Smith, the co-founders of Smith Entertainment Group and owners of Utah Hockey Club and the Utah Jazz. It's their vision, stewardship, and leadership that have made it possible to welcome another Big Four sports franchise in Utah. I'd also like to welcome Gary Bettman, Commissioner of the NHL. Since the NHL Board of Governors awarded the league's newest franchise to SEG in Utah, Commissioner Bettman and the entire league have continued to provide invaluable guidance and support. For a bit of housekeeping, after we finish remarks, we will hold a brief commemorative photo on stage with Ryan, Ashley, and Commissioner Bettman. Then we'll ask the public officials to head to the backdrop behind me for more photos. For the media in attendance, Commissioner Bettman will be available for a scrum following those photos. So in many ways, we have come full circle since the 3 of these amazing people on stage held their last press conference right here on April 19th to outline the unprecedented sprint that would need to happen to make today possible, and here we are. So I'm going to hand it over to them, asking Commissioner Bettman to kick things off.
That's more like it. What a great day. I mean, look at this magnificent backdrop. The weather couldn't be more spectacular, and we couldn't be more thrilled to be here for the Utah Hockey Club's inaugural game. None of this happens, obviously, without Ryan and Ashley Smith. Yeah. We had extremely high expectations over the number of things that needed to be accomplished and how they needed to get done in a time frame that you heard is unprecedented, not just in sports, probably in any industry, in terms of relocating the players and hockey operations, building a practice ring, changing out this facility. It was incredible coming up with a name, uniforms. How do you like the new uniform? Yeah. Very nice. But as I said, we had incredibly high expectations, and Ryan and Ashley and the SEC group managed to exceed them on every level. And we are grateful to be here in Salt Lake City, and we are grateful to have the Smiths as owners of an NHL franchise. So thank you for all you have done, and we know it's going to be a great run. I also want to thank everybody who's part of the SCG organization. Basically, you all gave up your summers. You didn't have an off season from the Jazz and everything else that was going on. And again, what you accomplished is both unprecedented and remarkable. And I also want to thank the fans, the community, the business community for the incredible support you've given this team from the outset, the welcome that you've given to the players and the hockey operations group. And so it has been the total team effort. And I have to include the governor, the mayors of the county of Salt Lake City and Salt Lake City itself, the president of the Senate. Without a joint collaboration by everybody, this wouldn't happen. But with this collaboration comes something that we know is going to be special, not just for the NHL, but we know for everybody in Utah. So again, thank you for the warm welcome, and we know having you in the NHL is going to enhance our league and make the game stronger. And with that, you can clap if you want to. Let me turn the mic over to Ashley Smith.
Anybody ready to watch hockey? Anybody ready to win a Stanley Cup? This is really exciting. We're really grateful to be here. And one thing that I love about Utah is I feel surrounded by grateful people a lot of the time. So, Commissioner, you fit in really well here as you come up here and express your gratitude. And it's okay if we're your favorite because you fit in well here. It's okay. But the gratitude and the synergy, the love, the unity of our community and of SEG are why this worked and why it will continue to work and why we can try hard unnatural things and maybe not get it right, but then get it right and then get it better. And it's really fun to be a part of those stories. And it's truly because of the quality of people in this organization and in the state. So I am a very proud member of SEG and a very proud resident of Utah because of those qualities. And now I'm a proud, massive supporter of Utah Hockey Club. And I just love the synergy of everything that's coming together. And it's because of everybody here. And it doesn't happen with just one or two or even a small group. It is the fans, it is the players, the coaches, the communities, the NHL, and it is Utah and SEG, and I'm just proud to be a part of it. So thank you for being here today. We have so many fun activities because we can't fit everybody who is excited about this in this arena, not even close. So really fun things happening out here all night long, watch parties and all sorts of things. So I hope that everybody gets to be a part and chooses to be a part of this really cool day. Thank you, thank you.
Thanks, Ash. Thanks, Commissioner, for coming out. Look, this is a little surreal. I think when my biggest memory here was announcing Delta Center coming back right here on a day just like this where you could barely see because of the sun. And at that time, like, hockey would have been like a foreign thought if you would have told us like less than a year later. So I think my biggest compliment to the SCG team is what you guys have done in just a short period of time. You're true heroes, because you take your badge of SCG off and you put on the Utah badge all the time. And I just hope you take a moment to appreciate what you've all accomplished. And I know you're not going to be good at that because you don't ever work that way. But you have literally gone out and your families have sacrificed. You haven't slept. You've been pulling, 18-hour days for everyone else to enjoy a show for tonight and further. And so I hope you enjoy that. So give it up for the SCG team. I also want to thank Commissioner and the Board of Governors of the NHL. As we were going through this process, I'm sure there was a little bit that was about us and our ownership group who are all in on Utah, and they're not even from Utah, most of them. And you guys had the confidence that this state would rally. And I've said this before, I just hope we all have the same confidence in ourselves that they have in us, because that's what we do. And there's a Utah way to do things. And I know governors at a One Utah Summit, but what we're seeing is like One Utah truly coming together, whether it's Democrat or Republican or from universities or church or whatever it is. Like, everyone kind of puts it aside for a second and comes together. And that's not very, I'd say, familiar in the world today. And so that's why I love this place, and that's why we choose to live here. I also want to thank Jay-Z, Danny, and Will, because it's probably not the easiest thing to get a new sibling. And watching Will and Jay-Z coming and saying, I bought my hockey tickets, and Danny calling this morning going, I can't wait to be there tonight, and Will showing up to absolutely everything for Coach and everyone else, and the players all coming tonight. We're one team, and that's one of the principles that we have at SCG. And these are values on our wall, but they're theoretical until they're not. And they've had to be practical the last 6 months, and you've aced the test. I think everyone has. And lastly, if you're not excited to root for this team, I don't know that sports is for you. The team that's probably gone through as much uncertainty to be able to come to this market and the way that Utah shows up, there's a couple things that have to happen, and I'll say it more later tonight, is this has to be the loudest place to play in all of hockey. People should not want to come here. And we know that's the way it is for hoops, and it's got to be that way for the NHL. So we love you all. We appreciate it. You're going to get a little bit of a party tonight, and just out of the corner of your eye, I just want you to envision that going for a lot longer here. Because with the Olympics coming, where this will be the hockey venue, sorry, I'm telling that right now. You can't have the home of NHL and not have the hockey. So much of this can also curate an experience outside of the arena. We do a great job inside, but our community's bigger than just inside. And I'm looking at you, Fraser, Kat. We're going to have to get creative on how we activate this downtown for the Olympics. It's going to be different, it's going to be unique, and it's going to be something everyone's going to talk about. And we're all in. We're all in on Utah. We're going to have 2 teams down here for the next 30 years. And that's a long time. But we're in it to help with every facet of this city, and we're not running away from it. We're going to make this what we all know and is the most special place in our country. So we appreciate you all, and let's have fun tonight.
Thank you, Ryan, Ashley, and Commissioner Bettman, and to everyone who came out to help us kick off today. With that, we're going to wrap up the press conference before we take group photos. But again, please stick around. It's going to be an amazing